On a beautiful late summer afternoon for football, we welcome you to Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go. Set. 8, read. Check three. Snap.
First carry for James Conner. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Get it.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Greystone, travel. Go out. Say. He gone. Shoot.
Off play action. Herbert. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Aaron Donald with a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got to...
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Mike, 44 is Mike. Check.
Fair.
Time go.
Hey, echo.
44, Mike, 44. Come off the ball, hard. Let's go.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert looking long for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did something with that.
Now it's Gurley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
General West.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. And the Rams first down.
Like 20.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Rams 7, Steelers nothing.
We go tonight. 5.
On first down, it's gone. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
We go tonight. 56.
Quarterback, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. You got tight. You got tight.
On the toss, it's Gurley. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, exit.
Too little,
DC.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Goff. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the 1-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
I'm coming after you.
Kel.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Hey, box truck.
3rd and 2, Goff. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Watch the safety creep.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hold on. Check.
Watch the run. Chance. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And it's caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They're running with Gurley. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Gurley unable to punch it in on 4th and goal. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're
trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he'll be down at the 6-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
At the 6-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. There's Gone. Got an open man. It's QT. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, check right. Bravo. Ricky. Mark 55. Hey, Shell.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over. That's it, baby. We're going to run at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check. 6-6, pull it hard.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Hey, no, look at that. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Go.
Go.
Off the play fake. Herbert going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off play action. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Ready. Hard. Check. Leo. Snap.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert under pressure again, and down he goes again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Ric Flair.
Watch the motion.
Gone. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Gurley now. Toss right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
A run with Gurley there on first down. Going to get about 4 yards. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on this.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 47.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ric Flair.
Goff now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
17.
From the gun, here's Gone. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Gone. And he'll set up the screen to Gurley. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way, and boy, he can get hurt.
Throwing on 3rd, Gone. And he's got his man on the out route. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to break.
And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Julian Love picks it, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Listen. Hey! High 7.
55. Coming. 55 is my guy. 55. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Maverick. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 180. 12.
Check, 55. Come on. Check, 55.
Cooper.
Here we go. Watch the pass.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Goff now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10.
12.
Out of the gun, Goff. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Set. Look at me. Door.
49. Check 49.
Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Off the play fake. Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Herbert going top shelf for Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Shoot. Man, we're close. Hey, orbit.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Ready? 90 Wolf.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
Topper!
Now Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Time to go, night. Check the backer.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And stiff arm number 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Oh, a design run for their wideout. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible. Yeah,
offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Los Angeles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.